There are some desires on the inside of you. There are things that you desire to do that you haven't done. And I want to encourage you today. Do it.
Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to take you along for a day in my life as a woman loving and living life after 50 in Atlanta. It's a get ready with me kind of day, ladies. We've got some errands to run. I'll be doing some grocery shopping for some meal prep. I need to scoop up some meal prep containers, pick up some household goods, and run to the pet store. Later on in this video, I'm going to share some meals with you. Easy, quick, delicious meals that you can make at home in under 30 minutes. The way I look at it is this. If I have time to place an order, wait for it to be delivered, or run and pick it up, I can make some delicious meals at home for a fraction of the cost that will help me maintain or achieve my weight goals. Grab your favorite drink, sit back, and let's get into it. Good morning, ladies. Good morning. I am 53 and I live in Atlanta. 3.5 years ago, completely downsized a high-rise condo in the city. It has come with some adjustments. Took me about 6 months to actually adjust to the high-rise life, but I absolutely love it. I have been a solo everyday parent for 19 years, and in that life, I honestly put myself on hold. I focused on my career and I focused on learning how to navigate waters as a solo everyday parent. And I essentially put that time frame of my life from a social perspective really on hold. I moved to Atlanta after I left college. Moved here right before the Olympics and moved here in summer of '95 and spent a lot of time hanging out and living in the area that I now call home. I live in Buckhead Village, and it's where I spent a lot of my time in my 20s. And so I now get to call it home every day, and life is a lot different. Learning how to be more social outside of work commitments and be comfortable going to places without having any previous reference is probably my biggest challenge in that. Adjusting to the minimalist life, I live in about 800 square feet, and that has come with some challenges. All the storage is up. And I've learned over the last 3.5, almost 4 years to just focus on what I actually need, which brings an amazing sense of balance to my life every day. Everything that I have has some purpose. I am not a huge makeup person, but I have learned a number of things that have helped me over the last probably 9 or 10 months be my best self. Using tretinoin back in May, and amazing what it's done for my skin. It's completely evened my complexion. Because of that, I've had to add a lot more moisture to my skin. I'll be 53 in a week and a half. So I now use a hydrating mattifying mask, which has really been a game changer for my everyday look. So I've let that dry. My makeup is pretty simple every day. I have the same look. I don't know how to do really super fancy things. I start with a little color corrector under my eye. I had my eyebrows microbladed maybe about 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago. Best decision ever. And so I add some brow gel. I actually usually start with a little bit of translucent powder because my nose and my eyebrows sweat. I usually do that first, so I actually forgot to do that. I'm just gonna add it here. And I'll probably have to redo my brows when they dry, but it helps them not sweat all day. It's the strangest thing. And it's not a good look, to be sweaty eyebrows and sweaty eyelids. Just imagine what that was like for me during menopause. Oh my God, I didn't think I was gonna survive that, but I did. So color correct. So I go in with a lighter foundation as my highlight, and I run it low underneath my eyes so that I don't have creases. Too much product will cause creasing underneath my eyes, and nobody wants that look. And so instead of using a concealer, I actually used just a lighter foundation. Did that by accident. I use MAC foundations, and they changed the formula. So when I purchased it by color code, which is the color code I've used for probably the last 5 or 6 years, I got home and started using it, and it was not the right color. So I went back to MAC. It was beyond a point where I could return it. So I ended up keeping it, and it worked out that I could actually use it as my highlighter. So I use it to even out some of the uneven areas around my eyelids, and I use it to define my eyebrows. And when my skin was a little bit more uneven, I would use it to highlight around my nose and under my mouth. And as I continue to walk the tretinoin journey, I actually don't need to do that very much anymore, which is amazing. I started using tretinoin on my hands, the tops of my hands, and my hands actually have less wrinkles in them and are more even in their complexion. I also take it down my neck and use it on my chest. When I first started using tretinoin, I used it every day, and then I pulled back for a little while because my skin was becoming a little bit sensitive, and now I just use it maybe 3 times a week. Just to help as we're moving into the winter months. I want to make sure that I don't have any areas of over drying on my skin. So I'm just applying my foundation, and I just used very light coverage for my everyday look. So today I'm going to be running errands. 3 weeks ago I started working out. I needed some accountability to push myself beyond where I normally go in order to see the results that I would like to see in a leaner body. And like I mentioned, I'm celebrating my 53rd birthday. Wow, 53. My 53rd birthday in about a week and a half, and gained a significant amount of weight during menopause and lost that weight. I lost about 25 pounds. What I noticed is that I still need to lean out. So I am just adding some contour to my face. I saw a TikToker, and he talked about contouring tips for older women and to help pull the lines up. And I definitely notice a difference, that I'm actually drawing my face up instead of contouring down when I was younger. And this contour technique here, and I actually brush up into my eye socket. And that actually opens up my eyes just a little bit. Brush up, pull the forehead up. I am not an expert. I have just learned tips along the way that really help me have a very simple, consistent makeup look every single day. I don't even wear eyeshadow. Sometimes I'll take contour and put it in my eyelids, but not today, ladies. Not today. I take a little powder foundation, just a touch, and I use it to make sure the lines are blended in on my contour, so I don't have any harsh lines. And then I just run it down my neck, and voila, that's it. That's it. That is it. I use Morphe. I really like their finishing spray. I saw an influencer using it on TikTok, which is amazing. Show you. See a little bit of dot there. I've seen people use liquid concealer to line their lips. If someone has a tip, please share it with me because I looked ridiculous. That's it, ladies. That's my simple makeup look. Actually will take an eyebrow pencil and define my brows just a little bit. Okay. Sure everything is no harsh lines and blended. Okay, so the last thing that I do is blow out my hair. And I use a blow dryer actually. I get my hair cut every 10 days or so, 10 to 15 days. A spray shine that gives me a little shine and body. Or height, I should say. Blow it in the direction and I want it to go in. Separate my hair and that's it. So it's really just all in the cut. I'm gonna grab my things and we'll get going. Okay, so we're ready. So we are off to run errands. I have to go to 2 grocery stores. Maybe 3
I need to find some meal prep containers, pick up some dog food for our fur baby, and then get back and start prepping. So 3.5 years ago, I changed my entire life and I signed up for condo high-rise life in the city. It was something that was on my manifestation board for many years, 12 years prior. And the truth is, it could have manifested sooner if my issue was I couldn't envision how it was going to fit into my life. My daughter was a young girl at that time, a toddler, and I just couldn't imagine that. And really, when we can't imagine something happening for us, it becomes an obstacle that will delay the universe from giving us what we desire until we can envision having it, right? That's the principle. And so I live in high rise. I love it. There are some disadvantages. I have to store everything up. I have the luxury of having my vehicle in a garage, and anyway, it takes a few minutes to get out. So once I get out of the parking deck, which I usually allot for 2 or 3 minutes just to get out, get in the car and get out, then getting to the shops that I need are either walkable or just a mile away. So that's the beauty of being so close and in the city. The other disadvantage is the traffic beyond a mile. A lot of times I will just walk because the hassle of parking and traffic is just something that I don't always want to deal with. And when I first moved to the city, I actually drove everywhere, and now almost 4 years in, I find every opportunity to grab a bag and walk, which I really enjoy. I take long walks throughout the day. I do things that are, like I said, within a mile of where I live. And when I do get invitations, I'm calculating like, okay, that's 20 minutes. Okay, 20 minutes isn't a bad drive, but then that's 40 minutes, not accounting for the traffic. And I used to laugh at my city dweller friends when I first moved to the city. I used to laugh at them. I'm like, oh my God, it's just 15 minutes away. And they would be like, well, no, I'm not going to do that. And hey, now I'm singing that same tune. I'm not doing it. I ain't coming. I ain't coming. I ain't coming. So I organize a list in my mind, and then one in notes in my phone, because I get really distracted. I don't really like grocery shopping. Really, that's just some childhood trauma. Thank my mom for that. As a young girl, she used to drag me to every grocery store, and it was like an all-day event, and I just got to a point where I was just like, you know what, I hate this. It causes quite conflict for me because I'm a foodie, and foodies need food. And so I got to go to the grocery store. So generally, I actually order my groceries and then go pick them up. A couple weeks ago, I was meeting a friend, and I had a span of time where I thought, well, you know what? Let me maximize this time while I'm waiting for him. I can go to the grocery store. And I realized that there are like sale items I don't get to take advantage of if I don't go into the store. I eat lots of fresh vegetables, and there are generally clearance options there. So now I'm making time to go to the grocery store. I'm intentional with what I'm putting in my body. I'm intentional with the items that I'm selecting, and taking a lot of care from start to finish what goes into my body. We are intentional in the things that we do. It makes life so much more fulfilling. Fill my life with the things that are important to me. My favorite cup of tea, my favorite flip-flops, my favorite bathrobe, all of the small things that really add value to my life, and it just makes it more fulfilling. Living and loving life in Atlanta has been this, opportunity of just rediscovery for me. I have spent the great majority of my adult life in the suburbs of a suburb of the metro Atlanta area. And I am making this commitment to do more of the things that I enjoy. Spend time with the people that I enjoy. Be open and transparent about my feelings towards them, right? And so in my younger years, I would hold back on sharing my feelings if I felt fondly towards someone, or if that person offended me in some way. I would eat that and swallow it, and it did nothing but create conflict internally for me because I wasn't voicing my opinion and I wasn't expressing myself. And so now, you know, not only do other people get the best version of the woman I've become, I get the best version of the woman that I have become and am continuing to evolve into. I mean, isn't that just amazing? Like, not only do they get the best of me, I get the best of me. And that's super important, that I give myself my best. When I was younger, I would focus on my goals and dreams after I did everything else for other people. Like, what in the world are you doing, Tricia? If you're giving yourself the last of your energy, the last of your strength, the last of your focus. You know, and I did some amazing things in life. And what would I have done if I gave myself my best first? And learning how to give yourself your best first without being selfish or feeling guilty about that is a journey. But it's amazing on this side of it. And I'm so glad to be standing here as I step into my 53rd birthday, excited about each and every day. And that doesn't mean that things are always going well, but I choose to have an amazing attitude about the things, and always look for good in the things that I do. So come on, let's go. Let's get shopping. No, I'm good. Thank you. There's a call waiting for customer service. Papa? It was at the grocery store.
Cashier number 1, please.
Yeah. Have a good day.
Thank you.
I don't know names of things. I have one more stop that I have to make, but really cool experience at the grocery store. I saw a woman and she looked at me and asked me if I was a vlogger, and she said that she really wanted to start vlogging, and she actually had the tripod that I was holding in my hand. She actually had it in her Amazon cart, and she took that as, and it was an indication to her, the universe, that this is what she needed to do. She was anticipating and expecting amazing big changes in her life, and being a full-time vlogger is something that she desires to do. I asked her a little bit about her background, and you know, she's like, you know, I'm in education, I'm a preschool teacher, as though it wasn't really a big deal. And I said, there's a whole world of educators, and there's a whole world of people aspiring to a life as an educator, and you are standing in a life that they are dreaming to have. So when we think that the things that we do are really no big deal, there's someone else hoping, praying, believing that they would be able to step into the life that we are in. And so I think this is the really powerful thing about manifesting our dreams, is that when we have a desire and something is pulling at us, that is an indication, a sign from the universe, right, that is drawing us to that. And we have to get out of our own way. I had a conversation with one of my girlfriends this morning about just this, that I have to stop overthinking. I have to stop trying to analyze things and just do it. A reminder, sis, keep going. Keep going, sis. Keep going. That desire that speaks to your inside, keep going after it. You have everything it takes. You are capable of more than you think.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Do you remember me? The child that you birthed?
I remember you.
Well, you haven't checked in. You haven't checked in on me. You like
Picking up pet food. I was at the grocery store. All right, well, I'm parking.
all right, bye.
Bye. Hi, Bailey. Hi. Hey. Are you hungry? You ready to eat? You want to eat? Yes? Okay, come on. Come on. This means we're ready to eat.
Come on.
Just gonna take him out real quick.
How y'all doing? Thanksgiving. Need some help?
Yeah.